Kia ora and welcome to the Met Service Friday forecast, Friday the 2nd of June. As we head in towards the long weekend, we are going to find the weather takes a bit of a turn for that second half, but we have got plenty of dry weather in store for Saturday. Let's start off though with this afternoon. You can see this band of cloud stretching across the likes of Taranaki. In amongst that, some fairly heavy showers, but it is moving along a fair old lick up towards, like to say, Auckland and Northland. Behind it, some nice clear skies. Not a bad end to the day for, like to say, Wellington, and down that far southern coast of that far eastern coast of the South Island as well. Plenty of clear sky through there as we head through the afternoon. We'll still keep hold of more showers around that western coast and down towards the south. And you can see this band of wet weather moves across through Northland, Auckland and Coromandel as we head in towards the evening. But generally behind it, drier and clearer as we head on in towards the night. Overnight, well, more of the same. High pressure builds across from the Tasman Sea. A few showers still with us about those more western sides of the island. But I think we are going to find there's plenty of dry weather through the night time tonight, Friday in towards Saturday. Some nice clear skies as well. And I think it starts off well as we head in towards the weekend as well. So for Saturday, here's how the pattern shapes up. We'll find high pressure is still with us, so we've generally got that southwesterly feed of air. May still find a few showers around that western side. And as we head towards the end of the day, we find our next front moving in from the far south and west. You can see that rain piling back on towards Fiordland and Western. Sadly, we have got another spell of pretty heavy rainfall for you guys. There are some severe weather watches in place for those far western sides of the South Island, but it's late in the day. And I think for most of us, we are left with a pretty decent start to that long weekend with plenty of clear, dry and sunny conditions. But like I say, we have got a severe weather watch in place for Fiordland and also one up towards Westland, starting off right at the end of the day in the far south around about 9 o'clock through in towards Sunday morning, and perhaps for those early parts of Sunday for Westland as well. So it is something just to watch out for as we head through towards the end of the weekend. However, let's start off on the North Island for Saturday. Well, it looks to be the pick of the long weekend. For many of us, it's a dry and settled story, particularly from, say, the Coromandel, the Bay of Plenty, and down that eastern coast down towards Wellington. There's more cloud in the west, and perhaps that brings an isolated shower, but they'll clear off pretty nicely through the morning time, and there's plenty of dry weather, just areas of cloud to watch out for. If you do catch an odd shower, it should move through fairly quickly, and it's not a bad looking day. Most of us dry, nice good clear skies of sunshine. Daytime temperatures a little bit on the cooler side compared to what we've been seeing recently, but not bad. Highs of say 17 degrees Celsius there for Northland and Auckland. Down towards Wellington, 14, but with some nice spells of sunshine. Not a bad looking Saturday at all. As we head down towards the South Island, there's still plenty of dry weather and plenty of sunshine in store, particularly for the likes of, say, Marlborough and Canterbury and down towards those northern parts of Otago as well. You can see we've got more clouds still on that western coast, and some of that wet weather feeds in towards Fiordland as we go through the afternoon, becomes heavier through in towards the evening and more especially overnight. Down south, we'll keep some showers around Stewart Island. Perhaps one or two of those make their way in towards Southland towards the end of the day. But you can see for much of the time, we are looking at dry weather. There are going to be a few wintry showers about the tops of the ranges, and I think we are going to find that's a bit of a theme as we head through the next few days as well. So as we go look into our temperatures, we'll find it's a bit of a cooler feel to the start of the day. A cold night as we go through the night time, Friday in towards Saturday, especially where you get those nice clear skies and some more settled light wind conditions as well. So it's a cool start today, but temperatures should still make up to around about 13 degrees Celsius for Christchurch. But again, another cool night as we head through towards the early hours of Sunday morning. But all in all, not bad temperatures in terms of the time of year, but a little bit cooler than we've been used to. In fact, at the start of the June, the 1st of June, we saw temperatures of 21 degrees Celsius in Dunedin. So a real change there. As we head in towards Sunday, this front continues to move northwards. It brings some heavy rainfall in towards Fiordland, Western Buller. Also some snow about the likes of the Canterbury High Country in towards those higher parts of Otago and Southland as well. And you can see as we head towards the end of the day, that front transfers towards the North Island, brings that wet and windy weather up towards the central parts of the country as well. And that heavy rainfall moves across towards the eastern parts of the Bay of Plenty as we go through the night time from, say, Saturday into Sunday. Essentially, this low pressure wraps around this rain wraps around the area of low pressure and it sticks with us as we head through in towards Monday as well. You can see as that wet weather feeds in from the east, it will push in towards places like Canterbury. Could well be some heavy rainfall for you as we go through the rest of Sunday, Monday, and perhaps even towards that first part of Tuesday. So it's well worth keeping up to date with the severe weather watches and warnings through this long weekend. And you can see we've still got some snowfall about the tops of the ranges as well. Worth keeping that in mind if you're doing those long crossings across the passes there, places like Arthur's Pass, Linda's Pass and Lewis as we go through, say, Sunday and even through in towards Monday. So for Monday, you can see this low pressure system is still close by. It continues to feed that wet weather on towards these eastern coasts. Still more snowfall about the higher parts of the South Island, but we are going to find it could be quite wet through there as well. That rain continues to feed in towards, I like to say, Marlborough and Nelson, and even in towards the southern parts of the North Island as well. It's all still to play for. This low pressure could be a little bit further north, a little bit further south, and it moves that rain risk elsewhere. But I think it is worth keeping up to date with the forecast, especially for this eastern side of the South Island, especially if you're crossing those passes as we go through in towards the long weekend. But it does look like we are going to find a bit of better weather for the far south and also that western coast for that second half of the weekend. So although it's a wet day for you on Sunday, Monday, you look like you're in the best part of the country. That's it from me. Kia pai te rā.